Now, almost everybody I know that buys a new motorcycle, one of the first things they want to do is make it unique, a little bit different than everyone else so it stands out in the crowd. And this is some of the things that I did to my R1. You can join us in 4K. Now, the weatherman says it's going to be chilly today. Well, I got a little feeling it's going to be cold today. When I was taking care of the little yard projects, I was cold. Time to start getting out the winter coats here. But there's still leaves changing. It's still a beautiful time of year to get a ride. And today, it's going to be an R1 ride, and I will not miss any ride any day that I possibly can get a ride. Now, as I'm getting the bike ready here and checking the air in the tires, pre-flighting it, cleaning it up, getting all the schmutz off it, it went through my mind that how many years it took me to get this bike that I felt that it was my own bike. It wasn't like any other one. It had a lot of unique features. Some of the ones I made with carbon fiber, some I bought, some I massaged, and there's some things on the bike that are very, very unique, and I don't think there's another bike just like it anywhere. If there is, I haven't seen one, and it's not a contest anyway. But in my humble collection, it has taken me many, many years to accumulate the bikes and then to make them my own. All the little details, and I'll go over some of these in the video while we're out on a ride. I think about them. Carbon fiber parts, one of the things I've done a lot of on these bikes, and the paintwork, and the seats, and the pillion, and, well, let's just save it for later in the video. Now, 15 years ago when I got the bike, brand new from Motorcycle Mall, it had clip-ons. I was perfectly comfortable with them for a couple of years, but little by little by little, I wanted to get risers and higher handlebars. Now, the SWAT bars were about 2 inches higher. They were definitely better than the clip-ons that came with the bike. It made it a little more comfortable, but keep in mind, now I was a couple of years older too, and I wanted just a little more comfort. And so I ultimately did the conversion that I showed on a previous video that you can do to any sport bike to put handlebars on a bike that comes with clip-ons, and that floated my boat. I had 5 different sets of Renthal bars, the gold aluminum bars. I tried all 5 of them, and the higher I made the bars, the more I liked the bike. Now, as time went by, Yamaha kind of figured this out too and came out with the MT-10 and their series of bikes. So I don't know if I was ahead of my time, but they're behind the time. Maybe both, I don't know. But the bars work for me. One of the next things, I made a set of carbon fiber mufflers. I've shown that on video before, how I made them and how the molds were made and everything. They were loud, but at the time we were riding in Harriman Park, didn't matter. This area where we're riding now, quiet matters. So after, I think, about 7 years with the louder mufflers, I went back and put the stock mufflers on. And they have a nice sound. They have an IndyCar sound when you back off the gas that I really, really like. And they are not totally objectionable when you have to go past a farm or somebody walking a baby carriage or law enforcement. So, but the exhaust system, that's kind of settled in my mind now. And look at it, light reflecting off of that piece of the side of the bike. Anyway, I'm real happy with the sound right now. I made two different seat pillions, a high one and a low one. I made several seat cushions, thicker, higher, lower, until I settled on the one that's on the bike right now. There's about a dozen unique carbon fiber parts I made for the bike: the muffler covers, the heel pads, the parts that replace the headlights, the stock headlights, and of course, the sprocket. One by one, I was really getting this bike that I was really happy with it. And making that custom nose piece out of carbon fiber, that was one of the biggest jobs. A lot of people don't even notice it. It replaces where the stock headlights are, and we have high intensity lights. What used to be in the socket, that was the blinkers, and they double as blinkers, and we have recessed blinkers. So it's a good enough combination. When I bought the bike, it had stickers from Yamaha. It had Yamaha written all over the place and stripes, and I didn't like that at all. I wanted to simplify it, and one by one I got rid of the stickers, replaced the emblems with the ones from a 2010, painted all the inner fairing parts high gloss, the side panels high gloss black, not flat black. I actually made a set that were carbon fiber, but I didn't like them. The little pillion in the back out of carbon fiber, the muffler covers again, the heel pads. There's a lot of little details. There's probably 50, 60 little detailed things that I did that you don't even see till you really look close. And polishing the exhaust. That is a labor of love. Easy to do when you do an oil change and you have the fairing off the bike, but it makes a difference. But the truth is, every little thing makes a difference. Polishing the caps on the end of the mufflers, I polished them. The look of the sprockets as opposed to the stock rear sprocket that's just flat black. Every time I did one little polishing part, the mirrors are gloss, not flat black. It's all little detail. Just some of the things to remind me how many things I made for this bike. These are the pipes that I made with my badging on them, and this, you can see they are just hollow carbon fiber. They were loud. When it had the Ferrari stickers on it, thank you, John Cafaro, and we enjoyed that here. That has the stock headlights before I made the inserts. And that was a big job. That's really a big job to make those inserts. It's a monster job, in fact. Until you go to make it, you don't realize how big of a job it really is. But as I look back over the years of trying to make this bike exactly what I wanted, and it was a long time coming. There's the seat, one of the extra seats I made, lower and higher. And it's just amazing how many parts I've made for this bike to get it to the point where it's now that it fits my riding needs, my everything, just perfect. And those black wheels, I was never happy with the black wheels, but I really am happy, really, with the silver wheels. So that's just a little history of the 15 years I've owned a bike, and some of the little parts I've made and some I've experimented with along the way. But right now I am just super happy. When I get on that bike, I couldn't be happier. I hope you guys really did enjoy this video. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit the like button if you did, and thank you so much for watching.